Okay, now I'm going to show you how we're going to use our calculator to help us figure out some logarithms. So first let me talk about what's called log base 10. So as an example, if I wanted to give you, or wanted you to determine what log base 10 of 3 is, well, the problem is, even if you wrote down the loop, okay, which I'll do over here, I'll say this means that 10 raised to some power is equal to 3. There's no way we're going to be able to figure this out on our own. There's no sort of, changing the base or anything that's going to make this match up. So we're kind of stuck at this point. Well, the good news is that our calculator has a key that will allow us to figure this out. Now, the important thing to note is this. On your calculator, you have a key that just says log. And you need to know that that button on your calculator automatically assumes that the base is 10. So on your calculator, what you want to do is find the log key, and then what you want to do is type in 3 and then compute the answer. That will give you the result to this. So remember, if you see log and there's no number on it on your calculator, that means base 10 always. So I'm going to do that right now and put this in. Now each calculator is a little different, so you're going to have to figure out how to do it on your own calculator. But the answer here is about 0.477. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, that means if you take this 0.477, if you take 10, do the loop, 0.477, raise it to the 0.477, you should get something about 3. Okay, so that's how you do any log that has a base of 10 when you can't figure it out on your own. Now, there's another base that's important in mathematics, and that's base e. So if someone wanted you to figure out log base e of, let's say, 5, then remember, if you created a loop, you're saying e raised to what power is equal to 5. And I can almost assure you, you're not going to be able to figure that out. Well, here's where things get a little bit tricky. Well, if the log key on your calculator means base 10, then what key on your calculator means base e? Well, it turns out that there's a key on your calculator, ln, okay? And this stands for the natural log, and it turns out that this right here is the natural log. Any log with base e is called the natural log. So we put ln, find the key on our calculator, and then what we just put in is the 5, okay? But the important thing to remember is this. ln means log base e, okay? A little bit of a historical, oh, that's terrible. A little bit of a historical note here. I've heard that the reason why we use this instead of this is because back when people were writing up dissertations and PhD papers, this function was used so often that they got tired of having to subscript the little e down there. So they just all agreed, we'll just use ln and everyone will know what we're talking about. So this is just a convention that's been used just to make typing of math easier. But just realize that when you do natural log of 5 on your calculator, you're actually doing log base e of 5, and you're really trying to figure out what power you'd raise e to get 5. So let me do this on my calculator, natural log of 5, and I get 1.61. So what does this mean again? Remember, this was a little loop, right? 1.61. It means if you take e and you raise it to that power, you will get 5. Okay, let me give you 2 more problems. Let's do this. If you're asked to find log of, let's say, 25, or ln natural log of 1,000, make sure you can do this on your calculator. So let me do the log of 25 first. So this is where you're using the log key on your calculator, and you should get about 4. I'm rounding here. And then this one you're using your ln key on your calculator, and I get about 6.9. Okay, so just verify that you can do that. Okay, well, this is all great, right? This is all real good, but the problem becomes this. We've got a key on our calculator that allows us to do base 10 and base e, but what if someone came along and said, okay, how about log base 1/2 of, let's say, 5? Okay, we do not have a key on our calculator for log base 1/2. Now, it's okay to have 1/2 down here. Remember, it has to be just greater than 0, not 1. And then the number we're plugging in is positive. So this is good. This is a real logarithm, but what is it going to turn out to be? We don't have a key. So in the next video, I'm going to show you a very important formula called the change of base formula that will allow us to compute any log.